Hello. What's going on? His life, Sunday motivation. Good night. Hey, Brian. Hey, Brian. I just wanted to come on and do some Sunday motivation talk with y'all. We're going back to work tomorrow. Weekend's over. Did y'all have a good weekend? Bruh, that's super clean though. How about that? You need some motivation, Nick? I got your motivation. Got your motivation. Dust. Motivation right there. What'd you do, Andrew? What'd you do this weekend? And I just wanted to hop on. I thought about doing some lives on Sunday and just call it Sunday motivation. Not only for some of y'all, but also for me. As a lot of y'all know, I do maintenance on Sundays, and that really motivates me to for the week to get out and cut yards. You know, I'm excited. I got new blades. I got a clean mower. They're all greased up, ready to go, gassed up. You know, you ain't behind me. That's just something I like to do. Is to do my maintenance on Sundays. It's a good feeling to have everything prepped and ready for the week. Sounds like some weekend work, Andrew. I stepped outside. I didn't know how well my internet was going to work outside, but we'll just see how this works. Does everything seem like it's coming in clear, y'all? My signal's showing full signal, full strength signal. So, what's up, Matthew? How are you, buddy? Saw your video on trimming the tree in the crepe myrtle. Awesome, Brian. Thank you. Now, Brian, were you the one I talked to where you and your son cut yards? Venture Demo Dawn, how's it going, man? Guess I'm looking for y'all to motivate me. I don't really need any motivation. I'm excited about the weekend being over. And okay, Brian, got you. I'm ready to get back to work. What's up, Scott? Hey, Brittany. Thank you, Demo Dawn. I appreciate that. It's something I've been working on. Ideas, just pop up right off the top of our heads and make a video. If not, get a bunch of mowing footage for that day. And if I don't feel like I have a topic, I got mowing footage for another day. But it was pretty fun. I just thought I'd pop on for about an hour or so. So probably hop off around 9:30, but it'll probably be dark by then. So especially with being outside. Hey, Ralph. Hang on, I got one for you. About that. Always text you back, man. Hey, Will. Yeah, I was going to call you here in a little while. I guess whenever No, I'm not cutting grass. It's I try not to cut on Sunday unless I have to, and Sundays I do all the maintenance and stuff and get ready for the week. But yeah, Will, I'll probably message you after the stream ends, or I'll call you or something like that. Um, about work tomorrow. What you going on vacation here for, Matthew? If you do, let me know. Clarksville, yeah, I know where Clarksville is. You need a vacation to Chattanooga? I need a vacation out of Chattanooga. We can swap places for a week if you want. I'll come cut your yard. You come cut mine. Yeah, I told Brittany hi. Did she not hear it? She didn't. Hi, Brittany. No, Brian. Stokers. I've been on a Stokers kick for about 5 years now. Uh, no, you won't, Brittany. Nobody's cutting my yard but me. That's good. Yeah, there's a lot of lawn care channels out there. Something I've noticed, if you just go into YouTube and click lawn care, I mean, just all the names that pop up. It's a free range of, you know, everywhere around the world, tons of lawn care channels. And I like to watch, people in California. I like to watch people in Michigan. I like to watch people in New York. I like to watch people from all over cut grass because there's all different kinds of grass types. Everybody does something different. You're not going to mow in the Midwest like you're going to mow here. It's going to be different. So it's always cool to get those guys' perspectives on, how they cut yards, run their business, and stuff like that. Hey, Robert's randomness. You just randomly popped in to say hi. But yeah, I was inside just a little while ago working on that song that's going to be coming out pretty soon. As soon as I hit 1,000 subscribers, uh, y'all got thick grass and deep hills. There's some thick yards. There's some thin yards. We got hills. We got flat. We got just about everything here. All grass types except for artificial is mowed. Cut your lawn with a push mower. I've thought about doing that, um, but whenever I moved into my house, I had a zero turn, and I'll sing it to you whenever I hit 1,000 subscribers, Brittany. I wouldn't want to push mow my yard right now. It's only a quarter acre, but it's 10,000 square foot of yard. Brittany, yeah, we could do a duet if you wanted to. 30-inch Toro push mower. So is it the Time Master or the Turf Master? Because I've looked at getting maybe like the Time Master. I don't want to spend, the extra on the on the Turf Master. Because I'm not using it daily. I'd only use it on a couple of yards. Time Master. How do you like it? What'd y'all do today, Will? All right, sounds good. I'll let you come up with the lyrics on it. I'm lucky enough. It started out with just being a chorus for the song that I was going to sing, but as I was sitting there playing it, I wanted to keep singing the original song, and I was like, I went through the second verse, singing it, and I'd change a couple of words and stuff like that. And what's up, Tim? What's up, Tim? So I ended up making a verse to the song too. Just after playing it for so long, I wanted the song to not just be that 30-second chorus. I wanted to make it, a minute long or something like that. So I'm pretty happy with the lyrics I've got for it, and I can't wait to share them with y'all. I think it's going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy it. Hope y'all do. 15 people, 6 thumbs up. How do you grow your business? Word of mouth does very well in our area with our clientele. Also, I like to put out ads on Facebook, on the marketplace, stuff like that, and door hangers. I like door hangers quite a bit. It's actually gotten me several jobs in some decent neighborhoods. Yeah. No, not right now. Not right now, buddy. No. Not right now. Come to Myrtle Beach someday. Maybe. I think that's a possibility. Andrew, yes, it is a country song. Of course it is. Although I listen to every single type of music that there is out there, even, some classical every now and then. Thank you, Brittany. No. No. I can't do it right now, Cody. Now, with the marketplace, you kind of have to word it correctly. I've had to. You have to word it, you have to do it a certain way for it to, I guess, slip by them. Because I've had a landscaping ad up for 4 or 5 months and it hasn't gotten taken down. I eventually had to take it down because I was getting too many landscaping calls and I wasn't getting any lawn, mows. So I had to take it down. But it really just depends on how you word it. It's kind of different. Group family vacation to Myrtle Beach. That'd be fun. I like to take my vacations in the wintertime because I don't want to go to Florida in the middle of the summer. We had originally planned to go on a cruise in April, and the timing didn't really work out for me because that's when we start getting busy. I mean, that's when everything's pretty much on schedule, go. So with everything that happened this year, of course, they canceled the cruise, and we have rebooked it for February. So, which was perfect for me because we're going to the Bahamas, and I did not want to go to the Bahamas in April. I've been to the Bahamas in April before, and it is hot. So I'm sure, in February it'll still be hot, but, it'll be nice. It's not going to be 100 degrees in April. Catching up on comments here. What's going on, Sean? How are you doing, buddy? Cohen's, what's up? Waiting for Cody to sing. Yeah. I think he'll probably hit, 50,000 subscribers before I get 1,000. So we'll probably hear you sing at the same time I do, and I hope you don't steal my song. Good night. I love you. Baby's going to bed. All right, Brittany, we'll see you later. Road trip. Yeah, Matthew. Love to meet up with you. All right, night, Ralph. I'll text you Did you text me on my video? If you did, I'll text you back. Thank you, Andrew. Yes, good. I'm doing good, Sean. I just came on here to try and get some more motivation for tomorrow. I'm already pretty excited. For some reason, Sunday after the mower's clean, the blades are sharp, it's greased up, gassed up, ready to go. I'm ready to go. So Monday's waiting on me now. Keep pushing forward. Oh yeah, always pushing forward. Appreciate it, Cody. Thumbs up. It is 8:44 here. If that answers your question, Scott. I don't do time zones very well. We took a road trip out to California one time, and I used my phone as a what time is it device. So smartphones are pretty smart like that, and they can go ahead and change the time for you. I'll bring my fishing pole. I will definitely bring my fishing pole, Matthew. No, I'll go get it dirty. You know, that's what we clean our equipment for is appearance and stuff like that. But if you're rolling around and you see a bunch of clean equipment, just like if you see that my hands are clean, my hands aren't clean. My hands are calloused, dirty. Well, they're clean because I took a shower, but these are working hands. You can ask Will. No, it sure doesn't. It sure doesn't. Not with especially some of the crabgrass yards. I've noticed in some of your videos how they just cake up after the first yard, and I've got a couple that are like that. Even tall fescue lawns. Right at the beginning of spring and the end of spring and stuff like that. They're in full bloom. Clean till the first yard in the morning. Yep, I do. I mean, it's a magnet. Grass clippings are a magnet to a clean mower, and that is no joke. Rockstar song. Yeah, maybe. Yep. Tennessee grass is different. I mean, when we've got all walks of grass here, we've got transition zone, we've got cool season, warm season grasses. I mean, even some of the rye's still up in some of the areas I've noticed. It's crazy. Yeah. So I think we've got like 9 or 10 yards to do tomorrow. I'm pretty much caught up on any kind of small job, odd job, or something like that. We may end up doing a trimming job Wednesday. I'll just have to message the guy and see if he's ready for it. I'm ready for it. I'm definitely ready for it. It's a small trimming job. He's got shrubs just about all the way around his house, but it's a smaller house, and they all pretty much just get mulched up. Any kind of big weeds or saplings growing up through the tree or through the bushes will just go in the road. So we will just mulch all the trimmings up. So July is your birthday. July is both of my kids' birthdays. So when's your birthday, Scott? Yeah, July and August. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed I've got a yard that I cut that's right at the end of my road, and it was ready to be cut a week ago, and it's getting cut this Wednesday. So it's crabgrass. Tim, as far as like fully cleaning it like I did today in the video, if you noticed, Sunday, at the end of the day, Several yards throughout the day. We might blow off the mower if it's getting caked up pretty bad, just to keep the area around the spindles clear of any kind of debris. But as far as washing it, and from now on using super clean, probably every Sunday, every other Sunday, just depends on how how busy I am that Sunday, or how dirty the mower really is. But I'm gonna try and keep it clean now that it is super clean. So the fifth. So my son's is the 6th, and my daughter is the 8th. Do I bag my yards? Lord no. Lord no. No. Side discharge, buddy. Water restrictions. See, I mean that's something different. Down in Florida, they're mowing year round, with like actual growth year round, not like some that we do here. Is we'll switch weeklies to bi-weeklies, and bi-weeklies to monthlies, just to chop up leaves or something like that. Before every yard, you know what? That's a good idea. That really is a good idea. Um, and most of the ones that, like when I said we'll blow off when we're done with the yard, they're yards that are the customer doesn't care. The grass is low, and that's all they care about. Most of them are like, yeah, you don't even have to worry about blowing off the driveway. You don't have to worry about blowing off the road. I'm like, first off, I try not to shoot grass in the road anyways, and I will not leave a yard with grass in the road, because that's just not my style. You blow it off about once a day, about at the end of the day, so it doesn't sit and cake. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we do start a little bit earlier and end a little later than y'all. I think we get closer to 8 months of mowing time, and I like that. Yeah, I definitely like that. Of course, we don't get any snow, so it's not something we can offer as snow removal or something like that. Commercial contracts, I've not had one, but I've got a friend that has several commercial contracts, and they will salt the walkways and stuff like that. If a storm is a possibility, they'll put some salt down that are freezing. Tim, do you charge for that? Just curious. Yeah, that's our yards. I've probably got 5 or 6 that are decent yards, and the rest of them are weeds that are grown up and get cut down every 2 weeks. I've got a couple of weeklies, but most of them, for the most part, bi-weekly around here. As far as the connections I've made so far, customers just want their weeds knocked down every 2 weeks. Mow it low and see you in 2 weeks. You should try it, Matthew. I like it. I was on Grizzly Straight for about 10 years, and then I got a pinch from a guy I used to work for, well, the boss at the job I used to work at. And I've been on Stokers ever since. I like it, and it's a lot cheaper too. I mean, if you can use that as a write off, sure. 80. I couldn't imagine going out and spending 80,000 on a plow rig to use it every couple of years. You know, you only charge if it's overgrown. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, we don't we don't get much snow. I mean, and where Cody's at, he's just northeast of me, a couple of hours, and I know Gatlinburg they'll get snow just about every year. November to April. Y'all saw, some of y'all might have saw, I put a snow video up when we had some snow. I went and looked at a fence job, a privacy fence job, and it snowed pretty good that day. But I mean, it was gone that day. It wasn't cold enough to stick. Um, it laid probably 3 or 4 inches, but it was like 40 degrees that afternoon, so it was gone that day. Yeah. Ski till Easter. That's something I've always wanted to do, was go snowboarding. And I don't know why I haven't, because I mean, Gatlinburg, I'm not sure if they still have it, but they used to do slopes. If it was cold enough, they'd have snow blowers and snow machines, and make a little. They had a hill, and you could ski and snowboard down it. I always thought that'd be fun. I'd probably fall and bust it big time right now, but a couple of years ago, I got to be a little bit more careful now. But what do I price my yard? Uh, I do mine for free, just because I'm cheap and I don't feel like paying. But Tim, I mean, yards vary around here, man. Just depends. I've got a minimum of 40, and biggest one I do is 120. And it's not just that the yard's a decent size. I mean, it's a decent size yard, but it's also a 15-20 minute trip from my closest yard to there. So we do get a small break in between yards. So yeah, I thought about it, but it was just, I thought about hollering at you, but it was kind of a last minute thing. I didn't know if I was going to be able to go or not, and winded up raining all that Friday. So I went up Friday morning, stayed the night, and we came back that morning, left, had breakfast, and left. So what's going on, Luke? How are you doing, buddy? Yeah, we love going to Gatlinburg. It's just something about how close it is, and how it's got all the attractions, and the kids love it. Max and Lola love going to the island, and playing around all day, riding the train, riding the trolley. I mean, they could spend all day there. And as long as the Smoky Mountain Moonshine will let me keep coming in, paying my $10, I'll. I'm just kidding. Starting a new shift. Awesome. Are you first shift, second shift, third shift? Because I think you've been on third shift, haven't you? I think is what you told me. Third or second. We almost got those numbers to match, 15 and 14. Oh, look, there it goes. It matched 15 and 14. 14 and 14. I guess because somebody left out, but Tomball, Texas. What's going on, Eddie? How are you? Gatlinburg, yeah, and fall is very beautiful. Now, since that fire, it killed a lot of the trees in Gatlinburg a couple of years ago, but it's starting to pick back up there. Um, my grandmother used to have a house in Minden, West Virginia, and it was close to. If any of y'all have ever heard of the New River Bridge, it's the world's longest span bridge. The We used to go up there around fall. I forget when it was, but they had a festival up there called Bridge Day, where they'd actually shut that bridge down, and it'd be like for any of y'all that are around here, I guess it'd be like Riverbend on the bridge, but without the concerts. There'd be like a small stage right before the bridge, and they'd do like West Virginia music, so a lot of bluegrass, up there. But it was mostly like vendors and stuff like that, food trucks, and people would bungee jump and parachute off of the bridge. So that was always fun to go see. We were up there one time, and a guy's parachute didn't open or something like that, and he didn't make it. So that was kind of weird, to be there in that time. We'll see you later, Sean. Blue Ridge Parkway. I mean, it sounds familiar. Blue Ridge Parkway. Started to cut when you were 14? It's about when I was. I got a push mower and a weed eater for my birthday, and Dad told me pretty much, go out and make some money. No, that was something I wanted to do. A friend of my dad's was actually asking me to come over and cut his grass every week, and it pretty much started from there. I got into liking the mowing grass part of it, and I ended up getting like 2 or 3 yards, and I'd walk the neighborhood and stuff like that, knocking on doors. Hey, can I cut your yard? Hey, can I cut your yard? So my dad actually would drive me to, a couple of yards. We had a Jeep Wrangler with one of those little luggage racks on the back of it, and I just put my push mower and weed eater on there. And I think I had a blower. I didn't have a blower. He'd drive me to a couple of yards and stuff like that. And then I really got into it back in high school. A buddy of mine, we kind of started a business together, and it went south. But we got to where out of high school we were doing pretty good. We had a couple of really big apartment complexes and like 30-something yards. We financed a mower. That was my very first purchase, adult purchase, if you will, finance. So that was my first credit purchase. Credit purchase is what they're called. So I financed a 48-inch bad boy MZ48, and that was about 10 years ago. And I just sold it to a friend of mine 2 years ago, and he still has it. So I thought about getting in touch with him, and that'd make a pretty good video just to go over there and see the mower that started it all. Started That's Right Lawn Care. So, and it was actually something that I ended up quitting. First off, I didn't know how to price stuff correctly, so it was pretty much I was working for minimum wage cutting grass, and it wasn't working out. What's going on, Float? Sorry, I just saw that comment. Going to third shift. Awesome. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah, don't like heights. You know what? I've mixed relationship with heights. If I'm up on a roof, if I'm up on something flat and there's a rail, I can be up 30 stories and not care. If I'm up on a roof, it's 2 stories and it's got a slight pitch on it, I'm scared to death. I want to go skydiving. I would not want to climb up to one of those towers. Y'all see people doing that stuff. Nope, not me. Nope. I should do. I'm giving you a song, man. I'm gonna give you a song. Whenever I reach 1,000, I am giving everybody a song. You know any good headphones to keep noise effect out when mowing? Right now, I'm using the plug phones. I wouldn't recommend them, but I mean they're doing all right. Will Monroe, what's going on, buddy? Edging Ninja. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Will's good on that edger, man. he does a good job. I've been lucky to have him as an employee or a friend that's willing to help me work, however you want to put it. I've been lucky to have him, uh, especially from him coming from not really knowing too much about the lawn care side of stuff and catching on as quick as he did. Will's one of those guys. He's pretty smart. If he wants to learn something, he's gonna invest a lot of time in it and do a lot of research. Um, but he's picked up quite a bit since the very first yard I put him on. I've actually had a customer that came out and was like, I don't like how he's doing it. I need you to do it. So that was kind of difficult situation to tell him, but I whipped him into shape, I think, pretty well, and he's done a good job. But Tim, back to you, man. I saw one of my customers came in, and a good friend of mine too. He came in, so I had to say hi to him. But back to the headphones. Plug phones is what I'm using now. I used to just go buy the cheap, you know, uh, plug-in headphones that you'd buy, and I use these in case I wanted to plug my ears. But I mean, I wouldn't recommend them for $100 because I don't like the way they fit on my neck. You have to wrap them underneath, and it looks like a chin strap, and I guess they're a little difficult to use. You're his yard care Mr. Miyagi. Yeah, he whacks on and whacks off quite a bit. Yeah, Matthew, if you want to take a vacation up here for a week, if we can time it to when Will has to go back to South Carolina, that'd be awesome. Yeah. So yeah. How are you, Mr. Monroe? How are you, buddy? We've got a pretty busy week coming up. It's actually one of our slower weeks, but I've added several yards on this last week. And a crazy story. I want to tell y'all this. I was out and I was doing an estimate on a yard. God messaged me. Of course, you love my videos, man. You got to. You're saying that's all. Keep cutting your yard, don't you? Um, but we were out giving an estimate to cut a yard, and I was just by myself. I always say we when it's just me, but we is me in the business. Me in the business, we're out rolling around. So I went to look at a yard, and the guy had messaged me on Facebook, and he said, "Hey, I need somebody to cut my yard at a friend price. I know your father-in-law, mother-in-law. I know your wife." And I was asking my wife. I said, "Hey, you know this guy?" And she said, "Oh yeah, he works at the Welcome Center." Um, my wife was going to get a job at the Welcome Center or something like that. She ended up not doing. This was probably 8 years ago or something like that. It's the last I'd heard of him, but I didn't know who it was. And I talked to them. After they told me who it was, it kind of clicked in my head. I said, "Okay, okay." I'd never met the guy, but he was pretty good friends with my in-laws. So I went over there to look at the yard, and it's a part of the neighborhood I've never been up to, or it's a neighborhood I've never been up to. So I went up there, and it's real steep hills going up. The neighborhood's real hilly, stuff like that. And of course, that's our area. We got hills. So I go up to look at it. I drive past the yard, and I'm this close to thinking about not even going up to the door. It was bad because in my head I got it that this guy wants a friend price and stuff like that. But when people message you and stuff like that, it's a lot easier to just talk to them. I'd say 50% of the yard, and it's probably a half an acre yard, is going to have to be weed eated because it's on such a hill. I'm gonna probably use the walk behind on some of it. Um, some of the walk behind's not even going to do, and I ain't even going to put a push mower on it. It's all going to have to be weed eated. But that was the video I did. What was it, Friday, where I'd said that I had some GoPro issues. So I went to look at that yard, and as soon as I was pulling out of there, I was going to get, just a little bit of footage. Camera's up here. Just a little bit of footage of the hill, as I was pulling out at the stop sign. It's a corner lot. It's actually like, it's not even a corner lot. It's the only house on that block right there. And there's a road next to it, and then a road next, and then a road in front of it, and then woods behind it. So it's a pretty crazy yard. But if we wind up doing it, I'm definitely going to get some footage of it, because it's going to be an interesting yard. So I talked with the guy, and I pretty much said, "Hey, I noticed you said you wanted a friend price." I said, "I'm gonna tell you pretty much, what I can do for you." And he said, "Yeah, I know, I understand. I've got a lightning bugs." He said, "I've got to make a profit on it. I can't just do it for free." So, and he wanted it every 2 weeks. So talked to him. I gave him a price. I said, "If you're good with it, let me know." He said, "I'll have to go talk to my wife about it and see how she feels." And I said, "Okay." So if that winds up being a thing, that'll be an interesting yard to make a video on. Let me catch up on some comments here. Will's supposed to take you fishing soon. Yeah, me and Will were supposed to go magnet fishing like 6 months ago, but that never happened. So I wouldn't hold your breath, Float. What's going on, Rob? How are you, buddy? Thanks for stopping by. Man. Don't have hills or areas flat except for west side of Virginia. Yeah, I know how Virginia is. Pretty much flat, and then you'll get out to the mountains. And West Virginia, I'd hate to have a lawn care service in West Virginia. I think my daughter's locking me out of the house. Y'all remember when I started the stream and I was telling her good night? She takes forever to go to bed. You sent me a picture of a yard that's overgrown? Hi, baby. Hi, baby. You want to say hi to everybody? What's up, Tallll grass? What's up, tall grass? Hey, you supposed to be asleep? Why not? Does Mama know you're outside?
Yeah.
She does?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, be careful. She just went up and got on the trampoline. Hey, Donald, how are you, buddy? Pull out the cot. Yep. Oh, is that Bahia grass? Looks like Bahia. We have some of that grass at the church. Hi, buddy. I'm live. You want to say hi? Let's say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Say, my name's Maxwell, and I'm going to start a YouTube channel.
My name's Maxwell, and I'm going to start a YouTube channel.
So we thought about the idea of starting a YouTube channel for my son. He's got a go-kart and a dirt bike that we keep up at. Well, the dirt bike's not there right now, but we've got a go-kart. Rob says hi. Don says hi. Oh, and here's Lola. Lola, say hi.
Hi.
Hi. Say I'm supposed to be asleep. You ain't gonna say it, are you? Hey, you will. Say hi to Float Dizzle.
Hi, Float Dizzle.
Maxwell knows Float Dizzle. Maxwell's heard that name quite a bit. Tall Tall grass says hello. Hello, guys. So we were going to start Maxwell a YouTube channel. He's got a go-kart and a dirt bike, and I think Maxwell's Outdoor Adventures would be pretty cool. And what got me thinking about that is we were over at my mom's house on Mother's Day, and Max was riding his go-kart around, and he flipped his go-kart. he hit a tree root. Oh, you caught a lightning bug. Good job, baby.
Yeah.
He caught a tree root, and it put him over on its side. And the first words out of his mouth was, "I'm okay." He said, "I'm okay." Flo said he'll subscribe. Donald, I think I'm supposed to be asleep too. Yeah, they know it's past their bedtime. Past their bedtime. But they don't have school tomorrow, and it's summer, so Lola's actually starting preschool this year, which we're very excited about. And Maxwell is going in second grade. They just grow up so fast. I know. Guys, I said I was probably going to be on here for about an hour, so got about 5 minutes left, and then I'm going to have to put the chidlins to bed. So I appreciate every one of y'all coming on. I know this was supposed to be about motivation, Sunday motivation. And I think I want to start doing that. Oh, never mind. I've got like 13 minutes left. Awesome. So this was supposed to be about Sunday motivation for either me to help motivate y'all or y'all to help motivate me on the upcoming week. Tomorrow, back to work, back to mowing. Say hi.
Hi.
Look, you got all these people who are going to subscribe to you whenever you get your channel. Say thank you.
Thank you. I can also put my GoPro.
Thank you, William.
Playing Fortnite.
Yeah. Yeah, they grow up fast. It was I shared something on Facebook just the other day with the ultrasound of Maxwell 7 years ago. He's coming up. He's got a birthday coming up. They both got birthdays coming up. We're getting them a water slide, and they're gonna not in my yard. We're gonna
It would mess up his grass.
Exactly. You tell him Daddy loves his grass. Yeah. I've got a little area out here, and I'll show y'all right quick. There's their little swimming pool, and I've got this area. We used to have a big pool right here, and I got tired of maintaining it, so we got a trampoline. And they've got one of these little pools that they just kind of play in. And it's mostly shaded back here, as you can see the trees. So this backyard is mostly creeping red fescue. It's definitely a shade mix, a shade blend backyard, and a transition blend front yard. Most of y'all have seen the stripes from the 32. And some of the videos, every now and then I'll show you just some stripes if I just railed some new lasers in the yard. So yeah, the Super Clean definitely motivated me, man. I've used Super Clean not to fully clean the mower before, but I've used it on a couple of parts of the shed, like the door and stuff like that. But when I got that 2-gallon sprayer, I got back to the house, I was really excited about. I just wanted to Super Clean everything. I got home and I squirted a little on the trimmers and the push mower and a piece of siding on the house. I was just like, let's see if it'll come clean. So, and Super Clean is, I mean, it's amazing. You know, a lot of people talk about it, but you know, you never really know until you actually use something. And from my experience, Super Clean is a great product. And you know, that's something I plan on using to keep my equipment clean. Hey, y'all go in, okay? It's starting to get dark. Daddy's going to get off the computer here in a second, okay? Okay. Kubota. Well, let's see. Hang on. Yep. Hey, Mama said go inside, baby. Young James, yeah. Andrew said, "Hey, young James," not Uncle Andrew. Are you watching me? Yeah. Oh, hi. Wife's watching me. Get the deck cleaned up and greased. Yep, deck's clean. Float pookie.
Hey, Daddy.
Okay. Make sure you get your deck clean. My deck had not been cleaned since I bought it. Wow. Yeah, I try and scrape it at least every other week, if not every. I mean, especially during spring growth. It's pretty much every other day, or at least every week, every Sunday. That's part of my maintenance routine. And I thought about printing out a maintenance list on just stuff I look at and look for. And actually, I got a message on Instagram from pretty sure it was a guy named Brian, and that's why I asked if the Brian that was in here earlier had a son that did lawn care. I think it was Brian and Sam or something like that. So he sent me a message on Instagram, and he said, just kind of introducing himself and stuff like that. And he said that their V-Ride 2, the housing for the battery, I guess some of the bolts or something, they didn't have Loctites or something, and the box actually fell off of the mower. Uh-oh. Mama's having to come outside to get the babies. Lola, it's time to go inside, baby. It's dark. You're going to get Skeeter bit. Go inside.
Okay.
Go inside, baby. Love you.
Love you,
I'll be in a minute. All right. More comments. Let's see. Have you ever been on a Kubota? Yes, I drove a Kubota around at the GIE. They seem like tanks. I mean, I know the big Kubota diesels are tanks. I mean, I've known those forever. I think I saw one, a yard I used to cut probably about 7 years ago, on my way out to the yard. Every time I went past there, the guy was out there mowing on his big 72-inch diesel Kubota. And I mean, those things are tanks. I mean, hard to stop. Donald said, "Hi, wife that's watching." She said, "Hey." Andrew, how do you kill kudzu? Goats. That's all I got. Goats. Kudzu will grow and grow and grow. You'll just have to, it's almost like grass. You'll just have to trim it back. But do you have kudzu where you're at, Andrew?
No.
Your mower was losing power since you cleaned it? Or it was losing power and then you cleaned it and got the power back? Wait, who fell off a mower? Yeah. Atomic bomb. That's how you. That's how you. Bye, baby. Bye. Nah. Yeah, that's a flamethrower. I mean, you can't kill it. You can treat it, but it's just gonna come back twice as strong. Winter kills it. Yeah, definitely. Also, the vacuum that the deck creates, whenever you clean your deck out, you notice you'll get a big lift difference. So always trying every hand torch it. Sure, go ahead. Gasoline, sure. Yeah, go for it. But yeah, that's something I've noticed. I mean, just with cleaning out the deck when it gets clogged and caked up. I mean, there's no mower that's not going to get grass clogged up in the deck. There's no type of grass that's not going to cake a deck up. So cleaning the deck out is definitely makes a huge difference. I think this winter, or whenever we get real slow and I'm not running the mower, one thing I don't do is run ethanol in my mower or trimmers. So it's 100% gasoline. So I don't do any kind of treatments. I'll come out and start it once a week or something like that. Or I'll get out and cut my yard. I mean, I cut my yard every couple of days just because I can, because I want to. What was I talking about? So one thing I do want to do, and I thought it'd make an awesome video, is I'm going to take the deck off of the Skag and I'm going to set it up and I'm really going to clean it out. And I've got some paint. I'm going to look at the spindles and see, how they are. I'm sure they're good, but I'm going to completely remove them, all the pulleys and stuff off of them. It's just going to be the deck. I'll probably leave the roller wheels on there. I may take the roller wheels off because I do plan on getting some of the cat eye gold and painting it. So, but one thing I do want to do is take that deck off and really go to town on it and try and get it back and get it set up and back to 100% level, because right now it's just kind of level. It's level enough. You can't really notice a big difference. It's not like scalping one side and barely cutting the other, but it does need to be kind of adjusted. So Alabama is kudzu factory, that's for sure. We've got quite a bit of it here in Chattanooga and North Georgia as well. But when I actually last Saturday, I had to work with the guy that has the Maserati and let me work at his shop and fix my trailer gate. He's got that, boiler and combustion business, and we had to go down to Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama, probably about 30 minutes away from where Float lives. But since I was on the clock, I couldn't be like, hey, Float, let's meet up. But one day when I've got nothing going on Saturday, Float, we will meet up. I'll drive. I mean, it's 2.5 hours, 3 hours to Birmingham. So I'd go for a road trip, or if you want to meet me halfway or something like that, if there's somewhere decent we can meet halfway and grab lunch or something. I think that'd be fun. North Carolina, South Carolina, tons of kudzu. Yeah. Southeast is kudzu. Quite a bit of kudzu. Video about the speed feed head. You've been having problems trying to get the string in. Trying to get the string in? Are you have it lined up how it's supposed to be? I've noticed on mine, it's an older head, and I've just replaced the cover. I haven't replaced the whole thing. It's just been the cover on it, but I think it's kind of worn out pretty well. You have to twist it just right. It's not lining up properly, so you have to twist it just a little bit and push it in to get the string to go in. But I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about. Guys, we've got about 40 seconds, and I'm going to be hopping off of here. So I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all, have a good night. Wake up tomorrow, Monday, and go get it. Go get it. There's your motivation right there. Go get it, because you have to. You have to. Lawn care is a hustler's game, and you got to get out there and hustle. So I appreciate every single one of y'all for coming in and stopping by and, smacking a thumbs up and just saying hi. If anybody came in here and didn't comment, next time I go live, don't be afraid to comment. Don't be afraid to come in and say hi. A lot of these people they're all good people. They'll talk with you. And I'll definitely talk to just about anybody that comes in here. So, Float, have a good night, brother. Scott, Andrew. That's the only people. Matt. I'm gonna hit it hard, man. I'm gonna hit it hard. So y'all have a good night. Peace. Perfect.